So this is going to be part 3 on Leticia Collins. And I said we were going to go over text messages, but we're not. I don't think we need to. Um, because it's pretty clear on the last videos that she has put out on her true feelings on Jason, who she claims to be the father of this baby. So I'm not even going to go over the text messages between the two of them before they met, because on those text messages, they were basically, talking about hooking up and, flirting back and forth and things like that. And then the text messages afterwards were basically, her trying to get a hold of him, and he was ghosting her. He said she was acting a little crazy. I'm just not going to go over those. Recently, she is living. I don't even know if I said this in my last video. She was arrested, okay, because of a false police report, because of her claiming he raped her, and he brought charges against her because of all the videos that she's putting out on him. And I think I said this in my last video, I didn't even know that she made any charges on this Thomas, and I don't even think she knows his last name. She has not put Thomas's last name out there. And when she does mention his last name, she says Thomas, whatever his last name is. So I don't even think she knows what his last name is. But it looks like they are seeking a warrant for her arrest, or for her terms of her release, to be out on bond for her next court coming up. I believe it's on the 25th. I could be mistaken about that. They are asking for the terms of her release to be revoked, because she decided, since she has been out, to keep talking about Jason and to make threats. She has made, on some of her videos, she has stated that she would like to harm him. You're listening to my dog. I do apologize. Bless their hearts. She has continued to discuss different things about what is going on, with Jason and him being, a rapist and so on. Okay. And not only that, she did a video and she was looking him up, and she found him, and she actually created a profile to be able to look him up. And she was able to look at, his different jobs that he had and where he's working at now, I guess. And she's showing everybody, all of her subs or whatever, his profile and his picture, and, his past employment, and I guess his current employment and stuff like that. And she is saying a lot of different things, that she would like to gouge his eyes out. She is literally talking to him while she's doing the video. She's addressing him personally. And she does this a lot since she's been living at her mom's. When she does the videos, she's addressing Jason in the videos. So she gets paperwork, and I seen I seen what the paperwork, said, and, about the requesting her, for her release, her bond or whatever to be revoked. Now, I don't think there's a warrant out for her arrest yet. Um, I am guessing, and this is just a guess, I don't know how all this works. I'm guessing when she goes to court, I think it's next week, that's when they're going to ask her, that she might be arrested on the spot. Um, because she's not going to turn herself in again. She's already threatening to take herself out, to drink some bleach, to drink whatever. She's threatening to hurt the baby. But in this paperwork, okay, there's been a protective order on her. And when she's talking about this paperwork, she is giddy. She's laughing. She completely acts like she is on something, okay? But in my opinion, she just thinks it's a funny matter. It's hilarious to her because she's above the law, all right? She's above the law because in her mind, no way should anybody that is pregnant be incarcerated, okay? That is against, the her constitutional right. Anybody that's disabled, no, there's no way possible that they should be held accountable for any wrongdoing if they're pregnant or disabled. So she only uses that she's disabled, I've said this before, when she gets into trouble, right? Any other time, she is smarter than any of us that are viewing her videos. She's more intelligent. We're deranged. We don't know what we're talking about. She's smarter than all of us. She doesn't have mental issues. We do. But she is on disability and collecting a check every month. But the only time she wants to use I'm a disabled citizen is when it will benefit her. Or when she's trying to say, well, I'm disabled, so you can't do this to me because it goes against my constitutional right. That's not how it works. And also, she uses the pregnancy as well. I'm pregnant, so, you shouldn't be allowed to do this to me. I shouldn't have to go to jail because I'm pregnant. I'm sorry, there's a lot of pregnant women that break the law. There's a lot of people that, have a disability that break the law. That doesn't give you a right to break the law. So, when she gets this paperwork, she's reading it and she's laughing her butt off, like I said about it, saying that, they are insane for thinking that she did anything wrong, okay? And that when she signed that paperwork, she's saying, for one, they shouldn't have had me sign this because I have a disability. I have mental issues. And they should have had somebody explain this to me. Now, wait a minute. But yet, she's smarter than anybody else. She's smarter than the doctors, the policemen, any of the higher ups, the judges, everybody. But she is saying that they should have explained it to her in detail, what she is allowed to do and what she's not allowed to do. Common sense would tell somebody, right, that if there's a protective order in place, that there's certain things that you shouldn't do. Now, she's saying that they're trying to silence me, all right? And I'm not allowed to speak my truth. No, That's not what they're saying. She can speak her truth all she wants, but what they're saying is there's certain things that you're not supposed to be doing. And common sense would say until you go to court and this is, kind of resolved, you shouldn't be talking about this case. Get on there and you can talk about, whatever you want to talk about. Talk about your pregnancy, talk about how everybody's doing you wrong or whatever. But don't be talking about Jason. Don't be talking about the alleged rape. And don't be talking directly to him. We're going to talk about this in a minute. Because she says, I haven't broke this thing. In the protective order, it says that she is not allowed to contact him. She's like, I haven't contacted him. I haven't contacted him, third party. I haven't contacted him at all. I haven't went by his place. I haven't contacted him indirectly. Hello? Wait a minute. You're on social media. Okay? You stalked him. You did, because she created, her own words, a profile to be able to get onto the site to look him up, to be able to stalk him and find out, where he used, his career, what he used to do, where he worked, and where he's currently working. And you did it online, not online, but on a live. And I have to say, she has, because I was able to catch one of her lives. Again, just one of the few that she just put out. And she has a lot of people that support her, that believe her. Now, she has a lot that don't. And she will call you every name in the book. And then she will delete your comments, hide them, or whatever. But she does have a lot of people that believe her and that support her. So this Jason, and it says in the paperwork that he is getting a lot of harassing phone calls at his job. And I'm going to do another video, because I don't want this one to be a very long video. But I'm going to do another video where she's talking about, because she's done 2 more videos that I have not yet watched, where she is saying, who cares if they're harassing him at work? Not my fault. Well, yes, it is, because you did a live showing people where he's working at. You've put his name out there. You're telling everybody that he raped you, okay, quote raped you, and she has a lot of people that believe her. So they are targeting this man. Now, she's saying, that she did not indirectly also contact him. But in her videos, she is literally talking to him in the videos. That's a no-no. Okay, so she is trying to communicate to him through her videos, knowing that, he probably, either him or his attorneys or people that he knows, are monitoring these videos to gather evidence or whatever for his case. This woman is very smart. She is not dumb by any means of the word. So, in my opinion, that was a way for her to reach out to him. And that was indirectly contacting him, right? Plus, she's putting out a lot of stuff about him, and she is threatening him. That's another thing that is a big no-no when there's a protective order against you, is not to threaten your victim. And she was laughing about that hysterically, that he is being called the victim, because in her eyes, she's the victim. So she thought that was really hilarious that he is being called the victim in this. And so she's like, they're just deranged, and she always talks about they know the truth because everything is tracked and traced. Okay, so whatever she means by that, all right, God only knows. Yeah, she might have things wrote down as her truth, but that doesn't mean it's the truth because she's already been caught in so many lies. But she, like I said, she has made threats to him just on these few videos. And in the paperwork, it does list a lot of different videos that she made, and it points out some of the things that she has said about Jason and about harming him, gouging his eyes out, and about harming the baby, because she does a lot of that through a lot of her videos. I was going to get more depth in some other videos, but I don't even think I need to because, again, we could be here and I could do so many videos. But it does talk about in this paperwork that she has videotaped herself, and I have not seen these, but pinching her belly, hitting her belly, and she made a comment, well, I didn't hit my stomach hard enough to give the baby brain damage. I did not see that, but it is in this paperwork when they're asking for her bond to be revoked. She is also reading where it is talking about, she's not allowed to have firearms and no use of illegal drugs. And she's saying, well, I'm not revoking that either because I had my marijuana card. It just expired, I think, back in May. So that really doesn't count. Because in the paperwork, it does state that she has a lot of her lives where it's showing her smoking marijuana on camera, okay? And she and talking about picking up marijuana and just smoking it. And part of her being out on bond is, she is not allowed to do that. And she is saying that that doesn't count because that is her medication to keep her calm. Even though she had a medical marijuana card. Now, I don't know what the law is in Arkansas. Have no clue. I know in my state, it's still illegal here. But if her card expired back in May, okay, sorry, she's already doing things that would warrant it to be revoked because she is engaging, she's smoking pot, and she's saying, well, it's not underlined because they underlined some some firearms and stuff like that in the paperwork, and I guess they might not have underlined the illegal drugs. So because they didn't underline that, she thinks it doesn't count. All right? I don't know. And so in her mind, since she used to have a card, I don't know if she ever had a card. Okay? Who knows? But since she had a card, but it expired and she didn't have the money to re-up the card, that should make it okay. It's not okay, okay? It's not okay, and it's not going to go over well. So, again, she's saying that, somebody, since she's, quote, disabled, end quote, she has, she has mental issues and she's laughing while she's saying this because she knows what she's doing, that they should have had somebody stand there before she got out of jail. Now, she wants out of jail, right? She wants to go home. She was released, from what she's saying, in her mother's care. That's why she's at her mother's home. I guess one of the conditions of her getting released was that she couldn't be in her car. That's just my opinion, because she has been saying that she was forced back to her family's house where she didn't want to go, and she's not in her vehicle anymore. She's at her mother's, and that we all in the government forced her to go back to her mother's. And she said something about she was released in her mother's care. So I'm guessing that was that was part of the conditions of her being released, is that she had to have an address and be, in her mother's care or whatever. So that's why she has been staying at her mother's, or she probably would still be traveling. Maybe she had to be in that county, stay in that county, and she can't leave. That's my guess. I'm not sure, because she would be a risk of taking off. Something tells me she might not go to this court date, that she might take off, or she just might not go. She has threatened the judge, kind of threatened the family, the kids, the grandkids of this judge. She puts it all out there. Now, she said that the policeman or something said that nothing that she puts out online can be used against her. And now they're using it against her. That makes no sense that a cop would tell her that, because all of her stuff that she puts out there is online, and she's putting some really damaging things out there online. But anyways, so yeah, and she's saying that she's going to hire an attorney somehow. Like I said, she's got a lot of followers that might donate money to her to do this. She's going to do a civil suit because this goes against her freedom of speech. Now, we do have you can say whatever you want. We have freedom of speech, but that comes with consequences too. There's defamation. There's, which sounds like, she might be doing a lot of. And also, if some of her conditions, and I don't know what her conditions were, they could have been, you are not allowed to talk about this at all. You are not allowed to do whatever. I don't know. But it's pretty clear that she was talking directly to Jason when she did her videos. So she might not have contacted him, but she is talking to him on her videos. So, and then putting out his information and having people harass him at his work, that is not okay at all. Not okay. So, again, she's a smart woman. She knows exactly what she's doing. And I think she just, in her mind, thinks that because, she is labeled disabled and she is pregnant, that she's untouchable. She might, go to jail, but she's going to get out, get a slap on the wrist, and it'll all be okay. Again, if this was a man doing this to a woman, in my opinion, this would not be okay. They would go to the house and they would arrest him. They would absolutely arrest him. There would not be no pass and go collecting $200. And she just keeps getting away with it. Now, she did this with her ex-husband. And she said that when she was signing this paperwork, they looked at her and said, "You've been through this before." And she goes, "No, I haven't. I haven't been through this before." Yes, she has. She went through this with her ex-husband. With the no contact order that was put on her, I believe she broke it 9 times. I think I said that before. This is a pattern with her. There is an obsession with her when she latches onto somebody. She can't let go. Now, we're going to move past that, and there's more to come on this because now she's making a lot of videos and, daily. And yes, I believe absolutely I've seen more videos of the baby move. She definitely is pregnant. Okay, definitely. I still do not believe that this Jason is the father just because of some of the things that she has put out there, the timing, some of the talk about when she says she was on her period, and just some of the crazy things that she put out there. And I absolutely now do believe that she was in search of somebody in the military. On one of the last videos that I have watched, she talks a lot about the military men that get away with this, the military men that have done things to her that are allowed to get away with this. So in my opinion, I believe that she is searching out military men for a reason. That's just my opinion. But it is clear now to me, absolutely 100%, that she was not raped. She put out on her community page a love-hate note to Jason. She says right in there that she loves him and that he can have the baby they created. And then she does, she's talking about in her videos, these recent videos that she put out, that she loves him and that she gave him a week to contact her. And this is before she found out she was pregnant. And that he ghosted her. He did not contact her. And that's when she decided she was going to, she threatened him. Well, either you contact me or I'm going to put out rape charges on you. So she basically was bribing him, in my opinion, that if you don't contact me, this is what I'm going to do. If you don't want a relationship with me, or if you just are going to blow me off, this is what I'm going to do to you. And then the last couple of videos, she'll say, I hate him, but I absolutely love him. And she even says that she enjoyed the encounters with him, that she was sexually aroused. She wanted it, that she loves him. She wants him a part of her life. And then she's like, I don't know why I feel this way. Maybe I'm just hormonal, but I really want him to hold me. I thought we would have a relationship. She goes on and on about this. And I thought he would be a part of this baby's life. I thought when I told him I was pregnant, it would be different. He would stand up and do the right thing. This is not how someone acts that was raped, okay? In my opinion, and I've said this before, she cannot handle that it was basically a one-night stand. And maybe it might not have been a one-night stand if she did not act so bizarre to him and so possessive. Maybe he was in search of a relationship. We don't know. But she was acting so possessive and so bizarre that he's like, nah, I don't think so. This is not for me. And that's why he ghosted her for that week. And then she decided, I'm going to put out a rape claim on you, because we know that this is her MO. This seems to be like her MO. And again, in my opinion, and I'm going to say this in my other videos when I cover her, men are not safe around this woman. They are not, because she has put too many claims on men. They are not safe to be in a relationship or even to have a sexual encounter, because if she doesn't get what she wants out of it, she is going to make the claim of rape, and she is going to put their information out there. And in my opinion, she's a very dangerous woman. She is also saying that she did not dox him. She absolutely did dox him. And she's like, well, everybody's doxing me. They're using my content on their videos. I'm not using her videos. I'm not, putting clips of her videos out. But what she doesn't understand as a creator, that the people that are using her videos, as long as they do commentary over it, that goes with TOS, and you're allowed to do that. That's something she doesn't understand, I guess. But they're not doxing her. She's putting everything out there. I mean, she doesn't hold back at all. She even puts her location out there. So, anyways, I wanted to say that. But it is pretty clear she is obsessed with this Jason. She is totally in love. I mean, she says it. I am in love with him. I want him. I wanted him to be a part of my life. I wanted him to be a part of this baby's life. She even says that she wants him to hold her. She wants to hold him like after the second encounter, how they held each other. I guess he did hold her after that second encounter. That's what she says this time. She felt safe on his chest or something like that, and that's how she wants to feel. This is not what happens when someone is raped. I am sorry. This will all be used in court. And in my opinion, this woman, for what she has done to him, he is the victim. And she needs to be punished for it. She absolutely does. Pregnant or not pregnant, disabled or not disabled, she is making his life a living hell. And she also said that, I don't know if he had, another kid by someone else, but she's like, he's moved on with someone else. She must really be stalking, big time, and having children with somebody else. And she's like, all I want is a relationship. But yet she says, in her other videos, that she wasn't looking for a relationship. And I know I'm like all over the place here. I'm just trying to remember a lot of the different things that she said in these last videos. She's blaming the government. She's blaming everybody else for being pregnant. It's everybody's fault that she's pregnant but her own. It's everybody else's fault. Okay? She's like, I didn't ask for this. Well, I get it. There are a lot of women that get pregnant. And unfortunately, they don't ask for it either. It happens because they didn't use protection. Or maybe they did use protection and it didn't work. And unfortunately, a lot of times, men walk out on their partners, or if they have a one-night stand, they leave. And the women are left to make a choice on what they're going to do. This happens daily. So Leticia isn't alone, okay? She's not alone, but she makes it out to be that this is this is an isolated incident, and she is the only one out there that this has ever happened to, to where she is a single woman having to make a decision on, should I keep this baby? Should I not? I'm going to have to raise this baby without the father. But what she is doing is making an allegation of rape because one of the men that she was with decided they don't want no part of this. You know, maybe he is waiting for a DNA test, and maybe, if this child is his, then he wants to step up and take this child. I mean, this baby should not be in her custody at all, in my opinion. She should lose rights to this child forever after all the threats that she made to this baby and how unhinged she becomes, easily unhinged. She's already talked how this baby is a demon, and I'm sorry, she is not mother material, in my opinion. So, like I said, this happens daily to a lot of women. And there's a lot of women that raise children on their own. I raised 3 of them on my own. Okay? So that mentality, just because there's not a father, there's no baby, or there's no children, is absolutely ridiculous. You don't need to have a father to be a good mother. Now, it would be, in the perfect world, having the nuclear family would be awesome. But a lot of times that's not how it works out. But in her mind, that's the only way it can be. And if not, then she's going to make threats on this baby's life. And she still is making threats on this baby's life. So she also said in her video that she wishes that she could rape Jason. And she would love to do that to him. This is after she got the paperwork saying that they wanted to revoke her bond. Her being out on bond. So this is so bizarre. It is getting crazy with her. She already knows that they're watching her videos. And she even said, I know they're watching. But she said that. So again, if a man would say that about his victim, okay, that has a protective order on him, and he says, and he said that about her, the police would be, and he said that online for the world to hear, the police would be there arresting him because he just made a threat of rape online. Right? So why is she allowed to get away with it? Because she's a woman? Because she's pregnant? Because she's disabled? And she thought that was hilarious. It was so funny. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and stop it on that. She's put out 2 more videos that I have not yet watched. Again, she thinks this is hilarious. She said if they do come for her, she is going to drink bleach. She's going to hurt the baby and then spray them with pepper spray. So she's making threats on the authorities. She's making threats on her own life. She's making threats on Jason. She's making threats on the judge. She's making threats on everybody. I don't understand how this is okay. Like I said, it would not be okay, and I hate to keep saying it, but if this was a man, we all know that it would be played out differently. And that is not fair. It is not fair. So I'm going to end it on that, and I'm going to watch those other 2 videos, kind of see what she's saying, and we'll pick up there. And I do apologize. I said we were going to go over those text messages, but I don't think we have to. It's pretty clear that she is in love with this man, even though they only were talking for a week by text, and they only knew each other for like 12 hours. In my opinion, she's in love. She said it. She's in love with her quote rapist, and she wants a relationship with him. And in my opinion, since he didn't want anything to do with her, that's why she's doing this. But we're going to see how this plays out. So we'll just catch you again on the next video.